Can you imagine a student having to study next to someone who would be happy to see them murdered or tortured? The answer should be obvious. So why are academic institutions around the world accepting demonstrations supporting Hamas as a legitimate or sometimes even welcome activity? No one with any moral backbone should accept murder, racism, torture, or rape as a legitimate position. Yet Hamas has managed to get away with all of those things. Here are the facts. It's written very clearly in the Hamas founding documents. In their charter, they emphasize destroying Israel, a democratic state in which both Jews and Arabs live together and vote and are elected for office. They want to replace it with an Islamic theocracy. They declare an unrestrained jihad against Jews and reject any negotiated resolution that would solve the conflict. Basically, giving up on any future other than violence. This isn't just theory, but their course of action, which manifested itself in the most horrific way when they murdered, tortured, raped, and kidnapped Israelis on October the 7th. Hamas is a threat not only to Jews. They've worked to abolish democracy, oppress women, and destroy the LGBT community. And they've killed and tortured fellow Palestinians who have different points of view. Supporting Hamas is enslaving the Palestinian population to an oppressive and violent anti-democratic regime, which uses its resources to terrorize its own population and launch terror attacks on Israeli civilians. So back to the point. No student should have to study next to someone who would be happy to see them murdered or tortured. Hamas isn't a legitimate side to an argument. Their supporters have no place in academic institutions or political debates in the international press. Just like we shouldn't ask an ISIS representative or a spokesman for the Nazi regime for a comment on human rights. Whatever your opinion is on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, and there are many legitimate points of view, you cannot tolerate someone whose fundamental belief is to see their fellow Jewish or Israeli student dead.